pictures, the one that haunts our dreams. Paint our painting colors bright. Solitude lies down below, then love is in between. Let me find this space tonight. Find me walking on this dusty road, this dusty road, this dusty road, till the dust is just about all I see. But in this cloud tonight, at this point there's nothing much for us to do except you paint me and I'll paint you. We all have visions now who we're supposed to be. Paint our painting colors bright. Reality is a mess and love lies somewhere in between. Let me find this space tonight. Find me walking on this dusty road, this dusty road, this dusty road, till the dust is just about all I see. Caught in this cloud tonight. Dance around a fire, my change of point of view. You paint me and I'll paint you. We all have fantasies of living life in peace. Now we paint in colors bright. Now war will set the times until we love so loud it screams. Let us find this space tonight. Find us walking on this dusty road, this dusty road, this dusty road, till the dust is just about all we see. Caught in this cloud tonight. In shades so bright, our leaders need to change their attitudes. You paint me and I paint you. You paint me and I paint you. Paint me and I'll paint you. All right. How are y'all doing? It is good to see you. Cheers. Friday night. It's funny. Remember the good old days? Friday nights. You do stuff like go out, see people. I'm glad that you're here with me. I had a pretty good day in the desert. Woke up early and took a hike with my friends. Back in that direction, down this wash, it becomes this crazy canyon, and every time I go in there, I am hit deeply by the concept just of time, of how many years, especially in the desert. I mean, you can understand. I mean, the Grand Canyon is mind-blowing for those of you who've ever been there, right? It's this giant canyon, and it's carved, and you, if you ever hike all the way down to the bottom of the canyon, you realize that there's a river that carved the entire canyon. And And it makes at least logical sense. Because you see the river in action. You see it cutting through the rock in real time. If you go down there and you say, okay, I get it, this is really old. And this has been doing this for a long time, but here we have a canyon that is not the size of the Grand Canyon, but it is still incredibly impressive. But it's in the middle of the desert. It's in the middle of the desert. There's no water around here. And it continues to be a reminder of just how old this place is. And for me, right, not only how old this place is, but kind of how insignificant I am, and that should make me, I feel really shitty. But instead, I don't know, it makes me feel at peace. And I'm not really sure I figured that all out yet. Maybe it's a reminder that the things that I spend my day worrying about, the parts of myself that I get disappointed in, maybe it's a relief, because maybe it helps me realize that those things don't really matter that much in the big picture. All right, so, well, I figure I'll play a song inspired by this place. Inspired by this place, inspired by Allie. Well, if you all haven't heard it yet, this one is called Oh. And I know Corinna's watching too, so I'm going to take an extra minute to tune this guitar so she doesn't judge me. Corinna gave me a call before the gathering tonight. She was stuck in traffic and wasn't sure when she was going to be able to make it home, but I saw that you're on there chatting it up. It was good to see you, Corinna. I'm psyched to hang with you in just a few. Sorry, y'all. Tequila stained letter. I should have known better. Mile 27 down Palm 29. Her juniper eyes, her coyote smile, like rust on a sunrise, old leather on pine. And I fell in love with a high desert woman. She's all that I wanted, like nothing I've seen. She lights like an angel, swear I could shook her. She's nothing but trouble, she's perfect for me. I fell in love. She drives an old record, her car's upon blocks. She laughs when it rains, she chews when she talks. She moves across the canyon like a lost melody, and I lose my cool when she's looking at me. I feel Cheers. All right. Well, what do you think, Corinna? I'm going to play one more song maybe. And then I'll give you a call. Woo! Okay. I didn't see you answer. I just assumed that's okay. Thank you for all the claps. That's a fun song for me to play these days. Not only because it's a new song and I'm still kind of in the honeymoon phase with it, right? But just because I'm so filled up by this place that I am in, and it all fits with what I'm singing about. So, okay, I am gonna try something right now. I'm gonna try switching cameras. I have positioned the sunset cam over by the piano. I thought I'd play a piano song today. I didn't have it set up for a little while because of the snow, if y'all remember. But I finally got my act together and brought it back out here and set it up. So let's see. I'm just gonna move this little thing. Sorry, y'all. I should be a little more prepared. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this works. Boom. Okay. I'll meet you over there. Oh, I gotta see your faces a little bit. Yeah, that looks okay. So, we have started recording this song. It's one called Devil's Kiss. Also relevant, and one of the latest rights from this year. Inspired by this horrific pandemic that we're all living through, and my chapter being sick, and just a lot of the frustration and the anger that I feel, and I know a lot of you all feel too. We've been recording it in the studio. Pretty fun. In fact, I was working on a recording here. It's amazing what you can do these days, and as we bring you inside the album project, you're going to learn more about the process. But I can do I actually can do a lot of the studio work while I'm here. And I can shoot whatever I record up into the cloud, and Josh can pull it down back in Boston, and he can be working with people out in Boston and recording stuff and sending it to me. And so even way out here in the desert where we get shitty internet, it still manages to work. It just takes a little while. This weekend, I hear a rumor that Alex is going into the studio. He's going to record this song and that last song that I sang on drums, and we're going to be. Man, I'd love to be able to release this song soon for y'all to listen to, just while we're all suffering through this time. Okay. I ain't gonna pull down my mask to take a shot from a stranger's flask. You can lace it so the pleasure lasts. Might as well chase it with the shotgun blast. They die quick in the city I abandoned. Heal up, hide out in the canyon. Ain't gonna put trust in the man spending my money on another fake tan. It's your love I'm breathing. Wish I was up and leaving. Yeah, I was damned when I made your list. I cut down by the devil's kiss. But your love keeps calling. Like the mist I'm falling. I can't run, I cannot resist. I cut down by the devil's kiss. I don't forget, I am not a forgiver. Where was the plan while you were watching us shiver? It's a bad hand and I won't be delivered by the man that says, son, double down on the river. You know it's bad when the lungs get thick. Tears down the tenements brick by brick. I'd rather drive with the drunk ditch digger with his foot on the gas and his hand on the trigger. It's your love I'm breathing. Wish I was up and leaving. Yeah, I was banned when I made your list. Cut down by the devil's kiss. But your love keeps calling. Along the wrist I'm falling. I can't run, I cannot resist. Cut down by the devil's kiss. And the candle burns low like a dancer. And the prophecy vandals lurk like a cancer. It's a scandal beyond belief. Man, to see what the devil sees. People either preach loud like a scholar or hold signs fists up like a brawler. I know better than to listen to the caller, standing on a box just to call himself taller. The party's over when you get the bill. Look down on the floor at the blood you spilled. Bending the truth in a real-time thriller. Watching the news just to face my killer. It's your love I'm breathing. Wish I was up and leaving. Yeah, I was banned when I made your list. Cut down by the devil's kiss. But your love keeps calling. Along the wrist I'm falling. I can't run, I cannot resist. Cut down by the devil's kiss. I ain't gonna pull down my mask to take a shot from a stranger's flask. You can lace it so the pleasure lasts. Might as well chase it with the shotgun blast. You still there? My friend Tom, who I was on a hike with this morning, is sitting right off camera over in the other direction from the piano right now. Oh, thank you for all the claps. Which is rare. It's rare for me to have a studio audience here when I hang with you all. It's nice. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try something right now. But first, I want to introduce you to a new segment that we may be calling Does Corinna Know Science? While I call Corinna up, here we go. Oh, here she is, I think. Yes. Hello.
Hey, friend.
Woo! Okay, hold on a second. I gotta make your banner a little more reasonably sized, and then I gotta add you to the screen so people can see you.
Oh my gosh, that's a big banner.
Yeah. It's a pretty good banner though.
Huh?
Hi.
Hi.
It's good to see
Hey, gatherers.
you. Where were you stuck in traffic from today?
Oh, coming from Worcester, back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's good to know that even in the midst of the pandemic, the greater Boston area still gets a ton of traffic.
A nice rainy rush hour.
Is it raining over there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I will say it was ironic. Allie and I felt very lucky because we left Boston right before you got your first snowfall. Uh, like that night we left and it was
Oh,
pouring
yeah.
rain, and like 5 hours into the drive, we heard that it started snowing in Boston, and it was sad leaving Boston, but there was not so small voices in both of our heads saying, "Suckers, we're out." And then last weekend, you guys, it was like 70 degrees in Boston, or like
It
80,
was beautiful here. You had snow.
and it
Yeah.
snowed. And yeah, yeah, we deserve that. We deserve that. How are you doing? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I would like to point out, I just saw a comment go by. Someone couldn't see the candle behind me. There is always and forever, I will put a fire hazard here for you gatherers and let
What
you know
was
that it's like 2 feet from the wall, but
Didn't
it's
we do a
there.
gathering over there like months ago, and like half the comments were about the gatherers
It
were
was a
here to catch
catastrophe.
the house
Yeah.
on fire. Um,
So that's for you gatherers.
I like that. It's like we have 3,000 mothers. It's pretty. It's, they're just mothering us, Corinna. It's okay.
I know, it's sweet.
It is sweet. Um. Okay. Um. So gatherers, let me tell you how this came about, and you're not seeing what I'm doing right now, Karina, but I'm gonna make your banner huge again. How good is that banner? You know,
Right.
Karina made that banner. She is an artistic wizard. It's brilliant, right? I know. Okay, I'm making it smart. I feel like it's we now need a theme song. I don't know if I have the capacity on the software to play a theme song. There should be, right?
Yes.
Oh, you know what they do?
That'll be our project for next week.
That may have to be the project for next week. We could do something like this. Uh, does Karina? Oops, nope, I blew it. I don't know how to use my computer. Does Karina know science? I think we need a theme song. That was kind of lame. Sorry. Um,
Good.
but it all started. Uh, it all started. We Karina and I were talking after she visited the other night, uh, and and you know, it is bittersweet for me on a number of levels being out here because and we miss playing with each other and hanging with each other. One of the things that I know Karina and I both feel super lucky about is that our bandies are our family too, and we love being on the road together, and we care about each other, and so it's hard when we can't be on the road doing the thing that we love together, and so we kind of finished a chat the other day saying, what could we do that would be kind of like we could kind of do a weekly visit from Karina. And of course, you could just visit. You could just visit anytime you wanted, obviously. But it's kind of fun to have a recurring thing. And so this was an idea, actually, that Karina came up with. You all may not know this, but Karina is very passionate about, I would say, about science. Not maybe all science, but most science. And we have a lot of interesting conversations in the van, thanks to Karina. And what she is inspired by. In fact, you're taking a science class right now. Will you tell our gatherers about that?
I am taking an astrobiology class. Astrobiology being like the study of possibility of life on other planets and how we find those planets and how life happened here. It's like an interdisciplinary science. It's really fun.
Um, uh, so most people would not hear that and think really fun. Although as a kind of a fellow nerd, I think it's awesome that you're doing that. So tell me what you have planned for us, scientifically speaking, today.
Well, I want to just start with a little disclaimer that I am not an expert, and there are very likely gatherers here with us tonight that will know more about any topic than I will. So this is supposed to be fun, and we're being curious, and learning is good. But I am not claiming to be an expert at this stuff. I will learn plenty from you guys in the comments. But what I thought would be fun would be to ask a science related question, and we can do different topics each week, and then give the gatherers a little time to respond with their answers or even their questions while I play a tune. And then Adam and I can talk about it. And Adam, if you want to give any answers, you hop right in too.
Okay, I'm ready with the question.
Okay, so in honor of the Leonid meteor shower, which is coming up this week, Sunday through Tuesday-ish, I want to ask the gatherers, where does this meteor shower come from, and why are we able to predict them so accurately? So you can think about that. You can write your answers
Wow.
in the comments.
I'm supposed to answer that? Tom, you know?
I think
Wait, you don't can't say anything. It's a contest. You can't say anything. You tell me when she's playing, baby. My friend Tom is here. Did I tell you that? Were you here? Were you listening when I was talking about Tom? Uh,
I had the gathering muted from a couple of minutes ago because I didn't want to accidentally have two audios going on.
I got you. And while and you are gatherers, you are not allowed to Google this answer and just type it in. One rule. Um, uh, what do you have? What do you have prepared for us musically? I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna confess that I'm a little bit nervous about this one because this is an instrument I don't get to play as often. But I thought I'd play you a tune I wrote a handful of years ago on this five-string fiddle, which is tuned in open C tuning.
Awesome.
It's called Combo Breaker. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that one called?
Aw. That one I called it Combo Breaker. I used to write songs for all of my fiddle students when they graduated high school. If they'd stuck with me the whole time, I would write them a song. So that was for a student of mine who graduated high school 12 years ago now.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Sharing that. I dig your songwriting, and I'm really glad that you're. I'm glad that you're beginning more and more to share that with this community, and it's pretty.
Aw, thank you.
So while you began your song, uh, I cheated a little bit, and I asked Tom for the answer because he's a pretty smart guy. He gave me an answer that seemed to correspond with some of the gatherers out there.
Ooh.
Were you able to? So most of their answers were earlier. Um, and will you just, for those of the gatherers just showing up right now, will you will you repeat your question?
Yeah, so the question is with the Leonid meteor shower, which is coming up this week, you can see it from all over the globe. Where does that meteor shower come from? And how come we can predict them so well?
Um, my favorite answer I'm putting up on the screen was from Brian. It comes from space. Uh,
True.
uh, Stacy was guessing that it comes from the Leo constellation, which, according to my questionable source, would that would not be correct. I don't think. And let's see.
It does come from that direction, although it does not come from those objects.
Uh, we have seriously and no effing idea. The sky, no clue. Uh, okay, so I want to see if Tom's answer was right, uh, uh, and uh, and but I also want you to give the proper answer. Um,
Okay.
all right. So Tom thought that that it was kind of like detritus coming off of Haley's comet. That was his. That's what he thought. Now I did not hear anyone else say uh, say Haley's comet, but some people thought that it came from it was debris from a comet.
It is debris from a comet. It is not Halley. The comet is called Temple Tuttle. And it's actually, this is really interesting. Right now, that comet is way out 1.7 billion miles away. It's like past Saturn right now. But we are about to hit its dust trail. So our orbit around the sun will go through where that comet went through about 15 years ago. And those little tiny particles, they're mostly like the size of sand or maybe up to the size of a pea. They burn up in the atmosphere and create these beautiful shooting stars. Um, but it's really just dust in our atmosphere. And the reason we can predict them so well is because we know how long our orbit around the sun takes. And so we come through that trail every year. Even though the comet hasn't been through there recently, we're still coming through its same dust trail.
Um, that was an awesome answer. I learned something, and it was something cool, as a matter of fact. And I think we can all agree, gatherers, Corinna, at least this week, does know science. Uh, we will see next week if Corinna does, in fact, continue to know science. And we should figure out. You and I should figure out a regular day that we do this. And
Sure.
it's Friday night. It's fun. It could be that. It could be during the weekdays. So because I know that uh, sometimes you make plans on weekends for travel and that kind of thing. So you and I will discuss. But gatherers, rest assured, I think that we got the makings of a weekly tradition here. That would make me super happy, and I know it would make Karina.
Absolutely.
Um, Anything else to report since the last time you got to hang with us gatherers, or you and I talked? You doing okay these days?
I'm doing good. Yeah. I would encourage all of you, if you have clear skies this weekend and into next week, to go out there and see if you can see any shooting stars.
Woo! When did the meteor shower start?
The peak of it is going to be Monday night into Tuesday morning. You can see it from anywhere on planet Earth, and between midnight and dawn is best viewing.
That's awesome. And we have like really slivery kind of moon, right? So not a lot of moonlight.
Yeah.
So it's a really good combination. And if you're a recluse like me and you live in the middle of the desert, uh, it's probably even better, huh? Um,
Adam knows science too.
Woo! Corinna, thanks so much for hanging. It's good to see your face.
Thanks for having me on.
I mean,
Good to see you.
all right, I'll see you later.
Back at you.
That was so nice. um, isn't that gonna be fun? Hanging with Corinna each week. I think that is that makes me pretty psyched. Is what that makes me. Makes me pretty psyched. Okay. Well, let's see. I'll tell you what. Because just because I had fun playing on that piano over there. And the piano cam is also the sunset cam. And it's starting to get pretty nice. I'm gonna, before I move that camera from the piano to the sunset, I'm gonna play one more song on the piano tonight, just because I've missed playing on it. Oh, and sorry if I sound great, I will sound better now. And I'm gonna switch the camera again. Boom. Okay. Oh, you can see the sunset in mirror's reflection. That's cool. Okay. I'm just gonna angle this a tiny. All right. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm drunk at the bar. She comes and sits down beside me. Says, boy, don't know how lucky you are. I've got a place around the corner where we can go to your call. I could take you to heaven. Don't cost much to see God. With this emptiness inside us couldn't easily divide us. But if we hold each other now, mercy and kindness just may remind us to hold each other now. When you're tired at the table, which your life is at stake, when your heart's lost its rhythm, when you owe more than you make, when you're holding it together, but your grip is starting to break, come and sit down beside me. Drink one to our mistakes. Where this emptiness inside us could easily divide us. But if we hold each other now, mercy and kindness just me remind us to hold it's raining, just like I know when I'm alone. We stumble through lives, just like I'm about to stumble on home. I gave that woman a 50, told her to take it and go, and I hope where she's headed, it's mercy she knows. With this emptiness inside us can easily divide us, but if we hold each other now, mercy and kindness just may remind us to hold each other now. There's something inside us. Hold each other now. Mercy and kindness. Okay. I'm gonna run around and I'm gonna spin this camera so you can see that sunset. Okay. It's happening. It's happening right now. I'm doing it. Ah, there it is. Now, every once in a while you may notice that when I spin you around like that, you will see a, this is a little bit better, you will see a little house in the background there, and then I quickly adjust the camera so you're not looking at that little house in the background, because that is Tom's house! And I figure, you know what, he doesn't need everybody looking at his house from my gatherings every night. And so that's actually how I ended up deciding and picking this frame. We really do get lucky with the sunset. And I'm gonna just adjust so you can see what we're seeing a little bit closer here. Hold on a second. There it comes, yeah. Yep. It's a pretty cool way to end a night each night, isn't it? The gatherers are all saying, "Hi, Tom."
Back to them.
Some of them are apologizing for peeping on your house.
Oh, that's all right. That'll play that.
I need to take off my jacket for this next song. Okay. We're gonna play an old school song. And for those of you, and I know, and I apologize, I feel like I often, and I apologize, I offered the same apology often, and I apologize for that as well. But I tend to forget that every single night that we gather, there are thousands of you that tune in, and not all of you are regular gatherers. Some of you that are watching, even tonight, are watching for the very first time. If you are, it's really important that you hear this next part. You are welcome here always. I started doing this as soon as our tour got canceled because of the pandemic, and this is my refuge, and this is a refuge of a lot of our gatherers that are regulars, and a lot of those folks that are chatting away on the chat board. They don't know each other before the gathering started, and it's just how this thing is unfolded. And so, for those of you that are brand new to what we're doing, come on by, come and visit every single night. I try to keep it. I try to mix it up from night to night, make it different. And that last song, I like to brag about the last song because I got to write it with a friend of mine, a fella named John Oates from a band called Holland Oates, and he and I have had the good fortune to have enough time to dig in and write a bunch of songs together. As a matter of fact, we have not yet done a gathering that is just John Oates songs. We should have, I'll call John up. I'll figure out like when his birthday is or when a special day for him. Maybe we can even, if I twist his arm, we can even get him to come and visit us. We'll see. We'll see about that. He's a pretty busy guy these days, and I don't like to ask him for favors, as you might imagine, but that would be pretty fun. Anyways, this is a song. This is a song that I wrote years and years ago, and I talk about this a lot with the regular gatherers that I am prone to having dark times, lots of moments of self-doubt, and oftentimes the songs that I write, or there was, I guess, a category of song that I like to write that for me is kind of helping me stay strong and trusting the feelings that are inside of myself, and that's a hard thing for me sometimes. It's probably a hard thing for everybody sometimes, but I only like talking about myself when it comes to hard things, and so this is one called Vision, and well, let's see if I remember how to play it. I will learn that I can trust my vision to the end of time. Wish I had a box of courage, I would know the truth behind the lies. I'd tear them from their pale disguise, and I would excavate my sorrow, tear it from my inside through my spine, shred it like the dust behind. Pick me up, break me in, get me through bad times. We can burn all your things, and I'll write a letter to your mother and your father, so you'll be remembered as we trip past the sun that shudders till the end of time. draw the line, know when to run the light and pay the fine. Be a harbinger of joy and passion, panacea stretched out through the mire. I would paint it with a brush on the fire. Wish me up, take me in, get me through the bad times. Tell your soul, tell your friends, and outright say let's to your teachers and your servants, so you'll be remembered as we drift past the sun, almost till the end of time. Never gonna give it up. Never gonna fight to the finding. Never gonna give it up. Gonna fight to the findings. Gonna come and get it. Gotta give it all. Come on, get it. Come on, gang, gang, gang. Come on, gang. I will derive my desire by my inside. Every sun, every star I find, I will bleed, I will fly in a straight line. Pick me up, break me in, get me through the bad times. Tell your moon, tell your wind, and I'm right a letter of your service and your favors, though we're on forgotten as we trip past the sun, almost till the end of. I will learn that I can trust my vision till the end of time. Cheers. Whew. It's a fun song to play. And still not one. Some of you regular gatherers may remember me talking about this a lot, but one of the things I like to do when I write songs is oftentimes I like to write songs that are a little bit above my skill set, a little bit out of my comfort zone, and that way, in order to express this thing that I want to express, I have to challenge myself musically and physically or vocally or even emotionally, right? And so to me, that was always the way that it made sense to practice, to get better. I'm not the kind of guy that could do scales, right? And actually it's really cool. You know, I never learned how to read music, but I am lucky enough now to get to travel with some incredible, right, accomplished, brilliant musicians who know all that stuff, right? And you know, and it's really cool. Aside from an occasional science lesson in the band, Corinna will also sometimes give me music theory lessons, and sometimes those lessons come in the form of me, her helping me understand the songs that I have been writing in different ways, right? From a theoretical background. When I write songs, I don't think like that, right? I bang on this box with strings until it makes sounds that sound right to me for how I'm feeling, and then I put words to those, and that's how that works. And I don't know. At 44 years old, maybe it's time that I took a little extra effort and started to understand the music that I have been writing and sharing and playing for 20 years. Maybe digging deep and increasing my knowledge about the art form that I love will help me take my art in new directions. How could it not, right? So, it is so funny. I'm reminded that there's always just so much to learn. And going back to my hike in the canyon this morning, right? There is so much to learn, and it's over in the blink of an eye. And, yeah. And somehow, it still feels comforting to me. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our back. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May your tongue when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science, corinna, of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we had. These moments pass lightly, they won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly, right up to the ends. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the word when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us, and all that we see is to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to the land in good company. Here's to the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one by slow, let us drink one by fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. It's a fun Friday night with y'all. Oh my gosh, my light is very, very bright on my face. I hope you can actually see from all the glow. Thanks for being here with me. And for you regulars, thanks for always being here with me. And for you newbies, get your asses back here tomorrow night. We'll be doing the same thing, okay? Corinna, if you're still hanging with us, thanks for stopping by. Let's figure out what day of the week is going to be our Does Corinna Know Science Day. And I'm excited to make that a gathering tradition this winter. Please, y'all, stay safe out there. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you tomorrow.